speak Spanish now. This is a bit saucy, ladies and gentlemen, so you've got to learn it, right? That's a bit saucy. We're not going to be able to with a couple of minutes. 2 minutes. Are we in there? One minute, everybody. Don't forget, big cheer when they come onto the ring, okay? A real big cheer and a round of applause. In a minute, we're going to go there. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Just Retirement 2018 World Indoor Bowls Championship here at Potters, which welcome onto the rink Scottish Mixed Pairs champion, qualified for the WBT event on many occasions from Scotland, is John McCrory. And ladies and gentlemen, John's opponent is head coach from Scotland Commonwealth Games team, reigning Scottish International Open champion, world rank number 5, it's David Gawley! Stop me now, I'm having such a good time, I'm having a ball. Stop me now, if you want to have a good time, just give me a call. Stop me now, have a good time. Stop me now, have a good time. I don't want to hand you over to your commentary boxes, Janice Gower.
Thank you very much, Johnny, and welcome all to the Just World Indoor Bowls Championship 2018, hosted by Potters Resort. And we have the head coach of Bowls Scotland and Scottish International Open champion David Gawley facing the Scottish qualifier John McCrory. First time out there on the portable for John McCrory. A little bit of a smile as David takes the mat up the rink.
24.5 metres.
Both these players will know each other well from Scottish nationals. In for a good game this afternoon. Thanks everybody for joining me. I was actually at the Falkirk qualifiers when John McCrory won his section and he was outstanding. The two qualifiers there were Robert Gordon, better known as Flash Gordon, and John McCrory. John McCrory won the Scottish National Mixed Pairs, playing with his niece, Dee Hogan. I believe she's in the crowd somewhere. We'll no doubt pick her up a bit later on. Dee, first class player. Won Scottish national singles title as well. One of the ladies that does play in the PBA qualifiers. Two good openers there from David Gawley.
One red.
Right, there you go. The Team McCrory there. Probably see themselves on the big screen. Two nieces of John McCrory. Dee's the one with the long dark hair.
One red.
always the opening ends of any of these games as settlers, certainly for the qualifiers. John's had the opportunity to send a few bowls on the rink. The players get to book practice times.
Okay.
Half-hour sessions, 2 players a session. Good here from David.
2 red.
John opting to run at this fairly early on in the game. Not the easiest of shot to play. In the area for shot bowl. Yeah, got 1 away. Good result.
1 shot, David Gourlay. Jack length, 23 metres.
Not seen many players bring the mat right up so far this tournament. We're into the 6th day of competition play. Still plenty more bowls to come over the next week and a half. Well, John looks down a very good line, all on pace. Yep, that's a bit of a settler. Under the line here, if David can just get a good weight. He's just underplayed it.
Your bowl 16 inches short of Jack high.
Of course, the players are playing 2 sets of 9 ends, and if necessary, a 3-end tiebreak. David Gourlay, one of his forehand runners. Not on target this time, David. Played superbly to win the Scottish International Open. Beats fellow Scotsman Michael Stepney, who was the wild card in that event. And of course, they're playing under the shot clock rules here, so once John McCrory's bowl came to rest there, David has 30 seconds to deliver this bowl. Just keeps the flow of play going. They get 5 60-second timeouts. Looks better here from David. Might have just been unlucky and tipped it to John's bowl.
1 green. One shot, John McCrory.
Yeah, just the one to John there. David was a little bit unlucky.
Set score 1-1 after 2 innings.
See that bowl again. He gets the bowl, but it just tips to the jack, to the green bowl, which John will be happy with. He's on the scoreboard, 1-1 after 2 ends. John's home club's the East Lothian Club.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
David's home club's Prestwick, but of course more famously known for the fact that he actually resides in a pretty little town called Sitges, which is near Barcelona in Spain. And John's just a bit unlucky there, it just rested out.
Your bowl gap is 3 inches. 5 inches past Jack high.
Backhand draw on offer for David Gourlay. Anything inside the green bowl.
1 red.
Close here from John, all on his pace. And great effort, just sat down.
1 red.
Settled in now to the
Second shot is the front bowl. I
atmosphere
think.
and venue. Again, very good track from David here.
1 red.
Backhand draw again for John into that little pocket of bowls. Just underplayed it. Opportunity for David here. Little tuck on the jack. Even if he rests the green bowl to the right of your screen. Sit in for second bowl. Opportunity for a count here for David. Urging it on. Any touch on the jack. Oh, just didn't get it full.
1 shot, David Gourlay.
Set score 2-1 after three ends.
Frog in our umpire's throat there, Tony Hatch. Yes, you're correct, Tony. It's 2-1 after 3 ends. It's a beautiful day outside at Hopton-on-Sea here. Little village outside
Jack
Great
length
Yarmouth.
28.5 metres.
Had a walk down to the front, to the seafront. It was very nice, a bit breezy. Definitely a bit breezy walking back up, but certainly very nice. Lovely venue here at Potter's Resort. They look after us very well. Right on the seafront. Bit of room there for John. David's gone back to a longer length jack after his opening end's been short. winner of this game will face the winner of tonight's game, which is Mark Dawes versus
10 inches
CY
short of
Wong,
Jack Lang.
the Hong Kong qualifier that came through really tough prelims here. Got past the likes of Charlie Herbert from the USA and Gerard Breen to make it into the main draw. So we're in for that cracking game on paper tonight at 7:30.
Two red.
Well, John, slip past your own, rest on the red bowl. Good track again here.
Three red.
Might find John playing some sort of reaching bowl here. Gets under his own bowl, takes some away. Opting for the forehand. Just gone for the forehand draw. Often stages like this you find out what a player's most confident in playing. Obviously John prefers the draw.
Three shots, David Gourlay.
Set score 5-1 after 4 ends. Jack length 25 metres.
Good track, just a touch on the short side. Different length of jack again. David Gourlay just shaking it up a little bit out there for length to try and shape the consistency of John McCrory. A bit of a loose end from both players here. I think it's possibly two green though, yeah. Alan Thornhill, our marker, just confirming 2 green. David said himself he didn't feel like he was consistent enough in the pairs game he played earlier on in the week. Knew he needed to find a bit of form.
One red.
In the World Bowls Tour ranking, David Gourlay is currently ranked at 5, but provisional for next season. He's provisionally ranked at 2, so needs to tie a few games here at the World Championships where there's extra ranking points available. Sure he'd love to see himself with that world #1 slot again, but Greg Harlow, who's currently holding on to that #1 spot, will, I'm sure, have something to say about that. Lots of bowls to be sent before the rankings for next year are out. Again, there's something wrong with this, David. Just drifting out. Great bowl from John there.
One shot, John McCrory.
Set score 5-2 after 5 ends.
There we see Ian McIntosh. Mac plays tomorrow night against Mervyn King. Did qualify a number of years ago at the Welsh event. Just had a smile off him then from the crowd. But, thoroughly enjoying his time being here. So looking forward to playing tomorrow night.
Jack length,
So we go
25
back to the
metres.
game. David Gourley has a 5-2 lead as we go into the 6th end. Some good games tomorrow. We've got 10 o'clock. We've got Mark Royal versus the Scott Walker, the Australian qualifier. 2 o'clock we've got Alex Marshall MBE versus Andrew Kelly from New Zealand, followed by Nick Brett versus George Lotter, the South African qualifier, and as I mentioned, that game tomorrow night, Mervyn King versus Ian McIntosh.
Two and a half feet. It's half a bowl short of Jack High. One green. Sorry? You have.
David Gourley runner down the backhand, needs to be on target. His own bowl would do. Jack would be perfect. Yep, that opens it up. Don't think the Jack's quite gone off the rink to go on the respot. It's still inside the confines, so this isn't the easiest. Here we go, David Gourley just gets a flick. It goes through the gap, stays on the rink. Really a one-bowl shootout between the two players now. Who can get closest? Might have gone off the rink, that bowl. Alan Thornell will check it for us. Yep.
Slightly favour green, but it's close between these two.
Looks a lot of room there, but it's not easy to draw to displace Jack when it's so far to the side of the rink. David knows anything within a couple of yards. umpire being called to help decide who's a second shot. First has been declared to red. See the strings being brought out there. Tony Hatch, the umpire for this game.
Yep.
It's very close.
One shot, David Gourlay.
One shot to David Gourlay, 6-2 up now. Good crowd in this afternoon to watch. Creases over the 2.5 weeks of play.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
David just still trying to find length that suits him best to play. Looks on a good track here. Again, all on pace. Not a bad opener.
Two feet.
Fantastic arena here at Potters. We have two bowls areas. There's also the bowler's bar. That's our shot of the arena. It just shows you what a cauldron it is to play under when you're on that rig and there's hundreds of people in the crowd. Our commentary position is nicely situated above in the offices. We get various different camera views fed into us, as well as the pictures that you're seeing on screen. Yep, there we are in commentary.
Gap is 15 inches, one green.
If Mother's watching in, I'm sure she'll be pleased to see me. She's not seen me for a couple of weeks. Still alive and kicking, Mum. And David, not got the weight right on this again.
One green. I think it's still only one.
Now, David, good track. You adjusted that weight. No.
One green.
Big chance for John here. Just draw around his own bowl by a couple of feet. Looks on a good track. All the way up.
One shot, John McCrory.
Set score 6-3 after 7 ends.
John McCrory's certainly still in this set. David Gawley just not settled yet.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
Well, David's on a very good track here. Always make back to the middle if you could wait.
Last bowl, 15 inches short of Jack high. It's about the same. One red. One red.
Yeah, it's a slight disturbance in the crowd there. The shot clock was stopped. The shot clock operator is Dan Blewett for this afternoon's game, and very careful to not take the time up of the player. If it's not their fault that there's a disturbance.
One red.
Well, not easy for David to count another here. As far as he's concerned, it's counting down the ends here in this first set of 9 ends. He's holding one shot, which gives him a 4-shot advantage going into the last end. If he could get 2.
One shot, David Gawley.
Set score 7-3 after 8 ends.
Well, that means that John McCrory's got to score 4 to tie this first set here at the Just World Indoor Bowls Championships 2018. Hosted by Potters Resort.
Jack length 27 metres.
Better opener there from the Bowls Scotland head coach for the Commonwealth Games that's out in the Gold Coast in Australia in March. Very successful when he coached the team at Glasgow. Looking to repeat some of that success out in Australia. Now, John, very good line with this, all on pace. Touch on the jack. Oh, he was just unlucky there.
1 red.
Little touch on that jack would have been just what John required.
Two red.
Now, John, have you made that adjustment? Any touch on that jack would be very good. Wow, so unlucky. He didn't get it solid. He just halved the jack. I think it's only one down now, though.
1 red.
David's got to look at this danger here.
Timeout called. David has 4 timeouts remaining.
The danger area for David is that there are the bowls to this side of the jack. John's got to try and score a 4. If he can flick out the jack at that sort of side. Needs to just run.
One shot, first set, David Goulet.
Well, David Gawley takes the first set 8-3. We haven't really seen vintage David Gawley yet. Just not getting the consistency, and he'll know that himself. He knows that John McCrory could quite easily come back and win this second set. We saw this morning tie breaks come about when you're not looking.
23.5 metres.
Oh, we've got quite a buzzing ringtone of a phone going there. All the spectators are asked to turn the phones off when they enter the arena. It's quite frustrating that some of them don't take the steward's warnings about that. Well, David needs to reach the green bowl. Doesn't quite.
One green.
What a great effort.
On the shot bowl, it's touching.
Good header bowls here. 2 green. Forehand runner from David Gawley. 1-2. Opened it up. Still probably down. Not sure whether the jack's gone out of the confines of the rink, and if it has, it goes on the re-spot. Alan Thornhill just checking if that's in or out of the confines of the rink. It's in.
Jack still live, John.
2 difficult jacks for these 2 players to draw to. Urging this bowl on. There's a bit of room there, but it's
close for the second, which is the middle one there.
It's not easy. Might swing away, get second, whatever.
Measure. Yeah. Umpire, please.
Measure called. Mentioned earlier, we're into the 6th day of competitive play. It seems to go nowhere sometimes.
Got it.
We've certainly seen some good bowls over the first 6 days.
And locked. Touching.
Looks like 1 green to me.
Touching. One shot, John McCrory.
Jack length 24 metres.
Better lead ball there by David.
One red.
Still a chance for John here. David's only holding one shot. Big opportunity for David to change this though to so quick down to the mat. David not wanting to take any of his time out. Opportunity here for David. Just the draw, but if he got a piece of the jack, it's a bonus.
One shot, David Gourlay.
Set score 1-1 after 2 ends.
Like I say, not a vintage David Gourlay performance yet. Early days in the tournament.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
All on pace with this one. That's a good adjustment from David.
Your bowl, the gap is 6 inches.
Just dropped his weight again. Looks on a very good track here from John. Piece of the jack. Just unlucky.
One red.
Certainly a keeper. Gives him a chance with his last bowl to tuck the jack to that green bowl. Well, big chance for John McCrory here to draw in again. Hasn't made it.
One shot, David Gourlay.
One shot to David.
Set score 2-1 after 3 ends. Jack length 28.5 metres.
Decided to opt for that longer length jack again. Better opening bowl from David Gawley there. Now, John, what's your adjustment of weight like? John's just overplayed this. Nice hands, but you've got to be perfect for weight for them to come back.
Shot bowl 6 inches short of jack high.
David does a lot of coaching now. Can he coach himself to find this consistency? He's just lacking at the moment.
Two red. Two red.
Oh, David. Just that weight. Just get past your own bowls to the green bowl. This looks better. Well played, David.
Three red.
Oh, great effort. Just a bowl high. Played it with confidence.
Three shots, David Gawley.
Set score 5-1 after 4 ends. Jack length 28 metres.
Forget if you don't stay with us this afternoon or have to go out, you'll get all the news and views and information on worldbowlstour.tv. You can also follow us on @WBT_TV, which is our Twitter. I know there's one or two other Twitter accounts out there, but that's the one that we're actually working with. David's just struggling for this pace at the moment.
18 inches.
Like I say, early doors in a tournament. John's got his chances against David, just not taking the most of them at the moment. Now, David, have we adjusted that weight? Well, there we go, that's Stephen, David Gawley's partner in the audience. I think he's just seen himself on the big screen. Give us a smile, Stephen. He's just shaking his head and looking at our streaming room. And I'm sure that McCrory nieces are enjoying this game with their uncle playing bowls like that.
Gap is 3 inches. 1 green.
Well, David needs to run.
1 green.
Repeat delivery, John. Slot in another shot. Close here. Great effort here. Touch on the red ball. Oh, just slightly over the pace.
1 green.
Got it through the gap. Well, adjusted weight from Johnny. That's just pulled up. Interesting.
1 shot, John McCrory.
Set score 5-2 after 5 ends.
There we go. The McCrory nieces come to support their uncle. Great to see. Love the t-shirts.
It's not in, Alan. It's not in, Alan.
It's not far enough up the jack. The umpires have got marks on the edge of the ring that they can tell if it's definitely not in. If it's close, they'll measure it. But Tony very quick to tell Alan Thornhill, the marker, that that was definitely not far enough. So
Jack
the
length,
jack
28.5 metres.
goes back to John's opponent, David Gawley, to set the length, but John McCrory plays the first bowl. Better bowl from David there. It's just the consistency. He's getting one in the head most ends, but see why Wong is actually in the crowd. He's watched quite a lot of bowls while he's been here. He's Mark Dawes' opponent tonight at 7:30.
Seal 2.
The overseas singles qualifier. It's played in the playoffs. Sure, we'll get a few viewers tuning in from Hong Kong to watch that, or watching it on playback. That's the joy of this streaming. You can watch these games back at any time. All part of what the World Bowls Tour try to bring to you. Now, John, got to be good pace on this line. Got to reach to it. Is it reaching? No, he's just left that short. Chance for David now. Virtually kill this set off if he could get a count of 3 here. Close, very close. Oh, that's more like David Gawley.
3 shots, David Gawley.
Set score 8-2 after 6 ends.
6-shot lead for David Gawley with 3 ends left to play.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
I think it'll be a very relieved David Gawley if he gets over this finishing line. Good ball from John. Needs to score at this end to keep himself in it. There you go, that's C.Y. Wong. He's playing tonight against Mark Dawes at 7:30. Very talented player. Be an interesting game tonight because Mark's never come across C.Y. before.
Bowl short. One green. Two green. Timeout called. David has 3 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, David's certainly having a look at this at the moment. I think he's possibly looking that if he plays down into there, he gets one of the 2 bowls away and gets the jack. He's just struggling for his drawing pace at the moment. So I think it's more favourable that he's going to reach into this. In the area. 1-2, bowl then jack. Yeah. It's kind of a textbook Gawley runner, but it was when he was in a bit of trouble weight-wise. See the reaction of David Gawley there. That's the result he wanted. Now John, reaching the green bowl, rest off it. Not enough.
2 shots, second set, and the match. David Gawley.
So it's a very relieved David Gawley that goes through into the second round. Join us again tonight at 7:30 for Mark Dawes versus CY1. Thanks for your company this afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, come a nice big round of applause there going through the next round. David Gawley, yes.